Hi, and welcome to another video by Jim the Car Guy. Today we have a 2008. It's an F350 Super Duty. We're going to be changing the fan control assembly in the dashboard. There's two reasons why we're changing it. This was into me about, I'm going to say 3 weeks or a month ago. We had to change the blower motor. The blower motor itself was no good. So when we replaced the blower motor, we got the unit up and running so that they could use the vehicle. And the piece for the dashboard, the control unit, the entire assembly had to be ordered from the dealer. It's not a cheap part, so we had to get that right sent in from the dealer. Reason we are changing it is because two reasons. It only works on the one speed. It doesn't adjust first, second, or third speed. It stays constant at one speed, so we know that the switch is no good. The problem we have is that the knob on the front of the switch, I'll show you what I mean, but the knob itself is actually broken off, and you cannot buy the knob separately. You need to buy the entire unit to get that knob to control the switch. Either that or, every time they hit a bump, it falls out. So I'll bring you in there, I'll show you what it looks like, and then we're going to get this job taken apart, put the new piece back in, and we're going to wrap it up and get it out the door. So let's go inside and I'll show you what's going on. Okay, that's the problem. I don't know if you can hear that, but the speed does not change at all. The speed doesn't change at all. It stays pretty much the same. So I'll show you how to take the dashboard apart now, and we're going to get started on it. So let me show you exactly what you're going to need to get this job done. You're basically just going to need a couple of screwdrivers. Alright, here's an example of what you're going to need. You're going to need a small screwdriver. You're going to need a socket, probably a 9/32 or 5/16 or 8mm or 7mm, whatever you want to use, and a small screwdriver like that just to get this apart. Alright, so basically what we're going to do first is we're going to come in here and we're going to take this cover off right inside here. Underneath here there's a screw in here, and there's actually a screw down inside there as well. So we're going to take this cover off and that cover off, and we'll take those screws out first before we do anything else. Alright, let's give it a shot and see here how it goes. Alright, we're going to get in here with a small screwdriver like this, and we're just going to take this cover off. You get underneath the bottom or the top. We'll do it on the top here. And just pry it down just a little bit. Don't force it and snap it. Nice and easy. It comes out just like that. Take this piece here, just push it in. This is the lock tab. Sometimes they get pretty brittle. It makes it a little bit difficult to get it out. Alright, we'll just put this on the side. We're going to do the exact same thing on this side right here. Just get underneath here. And just keep slight pressure, just a little bit. And then we'll take this out. And we'll just move that out of the way. There's a small little screw right here. I think you can probably see that. Take that screw out. Right. And we'll do the same thing on this side over here. Okay. Now those are the only two screws that hold it up. The rest up the top here are just it just clips to pop in place. So we're going to get underneath the bottom right here. Now normally if you're doing this on a decent vehicle, you'd want to put a rag underneath here so you don't do any damage, but this truck, as you can see, is beat to death, so we're not going to worry about that. Just pry it out a little bit here and there, and it comes right out like this. And then we'll take this out. And for now, I'm going to come in the back of the switch here. I'll bring a light in there so you can see. Okay, so this is what the unit looks like in the back. As you can see, it's a little tight to get in there with any kind of tools or anything, but with it pulled out like this, you can get in here and unscrew And what do we have in here? A couple of screws right inside here. So let me find out what they are, and then we're going to continue with this. Okay, so now before we go any further, I just want to unplug these pieces in the back right here. We're just going to pull these out, just like this. And then this one, we're going to take out as well. I'm going to have to put you down for 1 second so I see how that goes. Okay. Okay, this piece here has got a little lock tab on it. You just pull it down like that, and the unit itself comes out just like that. Alright, so we're just going to put these off to the side like that for now, and we're going to take out these 4 screws. This one, this one, this one, and this one. Now, if you were just changing this switch, you basically would just push in these little tabs. You know, let's get this out and I'll show you how to do it. Alright, just take the screw out here. You don't want to lose these screws because you are going to need to use these over again. Alright, the entire unit comes right out just like that. Alright, now, let's go over on the bench and I'm going to show you how to change this switch if you needed just to change that switch right there. Okay, so if you needed to change just this switch, this unit here, like I said, you have to change it because this piece here is broken off and you can't buy this separately. But if you're changing just this switch is no good and you want to replace it, you just push in on this tab right here. That's a little hard because you got 3 points you got to push in with. Here. Got to push in a little bit there. And a little there, and it just pulls out just a tiny little bit. And then we're going to come over here, push in on this one, and you can pull it. And these little legs cut back in there. And okay. That's it. And then after you push them in, you just take your switch right out just like this, and you take your new switch and you would put it back in there. But like I said, this is broken. We can't do anything with that, so we need to change the entire unit itself. But if you were changing just a switch, you would take your new switch now, just put your new switch in here, line it up with that little knob inside there. You can see that rotates inside there. You just take this, put it in here like this, turn your knob on the other side, and you'll feel it snap right in. And then your switch is in, and you can put it right back in the truck. Except that's not the case here. Okay, so like I said, if you were just changing this switch in the back right here, you just snap it back in, and then you just reverse the procedure, and you put it right back in the dashboard, put your 4 screws back in, plug your plugs back into the back over here, make sure your tab is locked in place, and that's it, you're out the door. But that's not the case here. We do have to change this whole unit. This unit, just so you know, is over $300 list price. It's very expensive, so just because of this knob breaking off like that, we got to change the entire assembly. But it is what it is. If we want to get this vehicle working properly, that's what we have to do, and that's it. So, but let's grab the new one, and we'll put the new one back in there, and we'll get this job wrapped up and out the door. So let's grab the new one, and we'll continue. Okay, now we have our replacement component. We're going to take it and we're going to put it right back into the housing where it came out, like that. And we're going to reinstall our 4 screws. We're just going to screw them all in by hand, and then we'll tighten them down to make sure that we can catch all of them without a problem. tight, we'll reconnect our electrical connectors. Now remember, you just have that clip on here. We have to pull that clip back and lock it in place. We're going to plug our other plug in the back, and I'll bring you in there and I'll show you again. Alright, now once we have it plugged all back together, before we close it, all four of our speeds work just the way it's supposed to. And this will check once we put it back together. Alright, so let's turn it off, and now we'll put it back together the rest of the way. Now remember, when you took this out, you have to put your cables back through here and here, and then we'll just lift this in. Like this. Put our cable back through here where it belongs, just like that. And then we'll screw our two screws in there. And then we're going to reinstall everything that we took out. It's just little push pins, and you'll hear it snap in place. We're going to plug this back in here. Put it back in. That's it, we're all done. All right, turn it on. We'll make sure one more time that it works. Okay, that's it. That's it, so you're all done. All right, so just make sure that that clip in the back, those two clips in the back, make sure that you feel them snap in and lock all the way. And the one piece, the one longer one that's oval shaped, make sure you put that lock tab down and snap it in place also, so it doesn't accidentally pop out while you're driving. Make sure you put all your screws back in, make sure your clips pop in, and that's it, you're done. All right, any questions or comments, or you want to talk to me about this, you can send me an email. I'll be more than happy to talk to anybody about anything. As always, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.